Atlantic Ocean, Day 2. Some fresh air might do me good. The Providence. The Providence was one of many sailing ships in the British Merchant Navy, which basically meant it was a trade ship, rather than one meant for war. You'll notice it's carrying cannons, but those are mainly for protection against pirate or privateer vessels, or for turning the ship into a privateer vessel should the need arise. The ship was built in 1748 and made several trips a year between Britain and the North American colonies, with occasional visits to the West Indies. The manifest doesn't indicate anything particularly interesting. Mostly it carried staples like tea, molasses, and cloth. It's captained by its part owner, one Samuel Smith, who got something of a reputation among sailors for both cruelty to his crew and penny pinching on rations. Incidentally, that's not exactly a way to keep good sailors on board. The crew is probably both inexperienced and disgruntled. Ideally, you want an experienced crew who are hugely gruntled. Although you likely don't know much about running an 18th century sailing vessel, odds are you won't notice the difference. Atlantic Ocean. Of course, crossing the Atlantic today is as easy as a plane ride, but it was much more difficult in colonial times, even though I imagine the tiny food and cramped conditions and likelihood of sitting next to a fat man for many hours are pretty much the same. For European travelers, it was at best a 6-week voyage, but depending on delays, it could last months. Dangers included storms and their opposite, being becalmed, seasickness, food running short, and dying of boredom because you had nothing to do all day. For Africans captured into slavery, the Atlantic voyage was much worse. Across the Middle Passage, usually to the Caribbean, the journey was just as long, but slaves were kept below decks and rarely allowed out in the fresh air. With the men usually in shackles, they were given only one meal a day, less if provisions ran low. Disease ran rampant, and mortality rates were high. I will never complain about being inappropriately touched by airport security again. Though, to be fair, we're now firm friends, and Juan was very gentle. Go to the upper deck is our main objective. I think I'd like to walk around. This is our first time on a ship in the Assassin's Creed series, after all. Well, a sailing ship, not one that's stationary. We've been on a few of those. But either way, I mean, it's pretty awesome. This is just way cooler.
and then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. Oh, you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnells.
So I thought. And yet here you are.
Fancy yourself a joker, eh? Let's see how funny you find this.
That's enough, Graves.
Stay out of this.
This guy wants to have a fist fight with this guy who clearly has a lot more clothes, probably a noble. Alright, let's see. Doesn't seem like I can do anything. Hold E before the attack indicator appears over the head. This way you can parry. Okay, so this is our tutorial for fighting. We're gonna skip over it.
Listen to this, Hector. Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, fellas, call this off. If the captain sees us...
To hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mills. Whose side you on, anyway?
Mills is the only smart one.
I'm ready to go again if you are.
This is unwise.
Why is that? You think I'm afraid of you?
No, but you should be.
Ooh, you tell him, Haythem.
Do you yield?
Never! How do you like these odds?
Great, he's got a knife.
What's the meaning of this?
Captain,
Explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
these thought we were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about. A word, please, Mr. Kenway.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There's your knife back.
I don't care for you, Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You're a poor leader, ill-tempered and cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
Look, I don't want to argue. In fact, I need a favor.
Oh, this is rich.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive. Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Think.
But let me be clear. Should you ever dare to insult or threaten me again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood? Excellent. Good day.
Atlantic Ocean, day 28.
Mr. Kenway.
Captain?
Whatever they're up to, I believe it's coming to a head.
I'd best get to work.
Alright, time to investigate the crew and see if they're actually gonna mutiny.
He's cut our rations again.
claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that you should feast on lamb and wine, whilst we're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Someone needs to have words with him.
Shifty fella. Mills take his hat off. Keeps his face in too, so we can't see.
Quiet! Here it comes. Make like you're working. You there. I have some questions for you.
That's nice, but I ain't got time to gossip. Probably wouldn't have anything useful to share anyway. You want information? Try the cook or the doctor. Everyone's always chatting them up.
Alright, I guess we can go to those fellas. I don't know if I would have said it that way. I'd have probably said like, you can go talk to them if you want to talk.
Doctor, if you have a moment.
Have you taken ill?
Oh, nothing like that. I was wondering if you'd heard any rumblings of trouble aboard.
What sort of trouble?
Unusual complaints or grievances? Men taking issue with the captain or
You
the
sound
passengers?
just like James. Like I told him, I've been much too busy with my research to notice anything not work-related.
And where might I find James?
The galley's your best bet. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Alright, let's go visit the galley. This is pretty sweet, being able to go around inside of these ships. It's awesome. I like it a lot.
He's a shifty fella. Won't hardly take his hat off. Keeps his face in too, so we can...
Lewis Mills. Lewis Mills is a deckhand originally from where we British somewhat optimistically call sunny Brighton. He got his love of the sea from his father, who was also a sailor. He first took young Lewis to sea with him at the age of 10, sailing from London to Boston on a vessel named the Windward. As he grew older, Mills kept working as a merchant marine, traveling the world and gaining a reputation as a reliable and level-headed sailor. He joined the crew of the Providence in 1752, staying with the captain and crew, though through a variety of hardships. Though by 1755, he was thinking of moving on.
Are you James?
Aye,
Haythem Kenway. Pleased to meet you.
I know who you are.
I was hoping you could answer some questions.
I figured as much, but not here. Follow me. So, what do you want to know?
Have you seen or heard anything out of the ordinary since we left port? Anything that gives cause for concern?
Some of the men have been gathering at night on the upper deck. I've only caught bits of their conversations, so I couldn't say for certain what they're up to. But I suspect it bodes ill.
Is it a mutiny they're planning?
All I know is they've little love for the captain. Mills has been trying to talk him down, but there's only so much one man can do.
Thank you for the information.
I only wish to see us reach the colonies alive.
Yes, we remember Mills. On day 2, he was the one that was trying to keep the other men from fighting us. Yes, he does seem like a level-headed lad. Activating Eagle Vision, we can look near the stern.
Evening, sir.
How are things?
Calm and quiet. Just the way I like it. What brings you topside?
Thought I'd wander a bit. Stretch my legs. That's all.
Take care where you tread. The deck hides all manner of danger in the dark.
What was that? Someone's throwing cargo overboard. But why?
Yeah, that is odd. Just to incite the mutiny, that may or may not happen, or are they leading somebody to us?
Whilst we're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Curious. Most curious.
Atlantic Ocean, day 33.
Any news?
Each night it's the same. I scout one area, and they drop the painted barrels from another. I'm going to need to recruit an extra pair of eyes. Maybe James or Mills.
Why are they doing this?
Near as I can tell, the barrels serve as markers. They're leaving a trail. My fear is it's only a matter of time before whoever's following it...
Ship sighted aft! She's making ready to fire!
Beat to quarters, men! Ready the... Brace! Everybody down! A warning shot! Seems they don't mean to sink us, but board us instead! Man the cannons! Make ready to fight! I want you below decks!
Why? Let me help you secure the ship.
Do you know how to rig a sail? To load a cannon? To wage war at sea? I didn't think so. Now return to your cabin, or do I need to have you escorted? Secure the hatch!
Haythem.
Have you been topside? A ship's appeared and means to board us. It's strange. There's no sign of mutiny aboard. Doesn't make sense.
Ah, but it does.
What do you mean?
Did you think you could escape from London so easily after what you did at the opera? That we wouldn't notice? That we wouldn't follow?
Ah. So that's what this is about.
Surrender, and I will see that you are treated with honor.
If you wish to treat me with honor, give me a sword.
Are you sure this is how you want to play it?
Mills is our enemy, and this is all staged for us because the man we killed at the opera house looks like they've followed us. Never have seen a man get his throat sliced open and continue on as normal. Mills is truly a master.
told you to stay below decks.
I did as you asked. Only Mills was there waiting for me. He's the one that drew that ship here. There was no mutiny, only him.
What do they want?
Me.
Then they can have you.
Is that so?
They'll catch us anyway. There's nothing to be done.
I can think of something.
You wish us to sail into the storm?
It's our only chance.
I won't do it.
Then I will.
All right, all right.
Atlantic Ocean later that day.
We need those ropes secured! I told you this was madness.
Arm yourself. I'll fix your sail for you.
I were a seafaring lad. Great, seems like everything we do, something else pops up.
We need more speed! Loose the sails! Haythem, you take the foremast! James, to the mainmast with you!
Thank you.
Atlantic Ocean, day 72. Birds usually means... Could it be? Are we close to land?
Make ready for our arrival, men!
Arrival? I see no land, only this interminable fog.
The gulls tell us all we need to know. Climb into the crow's nest and you'll see.
Let's check out this land. Hopefully it's the right one. And with that, we are going to end this episode and start up fresh on the next. Thank you all for watching. Comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you prefer. Have a great day and goodbye.